She was plump and bunchy as a rabbit should be. Her coat was spotted brown and white, and she had real thread whiskers, and her ears were lined with pink sateen. On Christmas morning, when she sat wedged in the top of the little girl's stocking with a sprig of holly between her paws, the effect was really quite charming. On Christmas morning, there were other things in the stocking, but the rabbit was quite the favorite of the little girl, and she played with her for at least 2 hours.
Whoa!
Then relatives came for lunch, and there was a great rustling of tissue paper and unwrapping of packages, and in the excitement of all the new presents, the Velveteen Rabbit was forgotten. For a long time, she lived in the toy cupboard or on the nursery floor, and no one thought much about her. She was naturally shy, and being made only a velveteen, some of the more expensive toys snubbed her. The mechanical toys were very superior and looked down upon everyone else. They were full of modern ideas and pretended they were real. And then there was the queen and her court. They put on airs and pretended they were connected with the government. All the toys made the poor Velveteen Rabbit feel very insignificant and commonplace. In fact, the only person who was kind to her was the Skin Horse. The Skin Horse had lived in the nursery longer than the others. He was so old that his silvery mane was bald in patches and showed the seams underneath. Most of the hairs on his tail had been pulled out to string bead necklaces. He was wise, for he had seen a long succession of mechanical toys arrive to boast and swagger, that by and by break their mainsprings and pass away. He knew that they were only toys and would never turn into anything else. For nursery magic is very strange and wonderful, and only those playthings that are old and wise and experienced, like the Skin Horse, understand it.
What is real?
Real is not how you are made. It is a thing that happens to you when a child loves you for a long, long time. You can become real.
Does it hurt?
Sometimes it does. That's part of the deal. When you're real, things can touch you, and you notice how important they are. When you're real, you can say ouch to the things that hurt, and you can hug the things that you love.
Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, or does it take a long time?
It doesn't happen all at once. You become real. It takes a long, long time. And for that reason, it usually doesn't happen to toys that can break, or toys that have sharp edges, or toys that need to be carefully kept. Usually when you become real, by the time you become real, all your fur has been left off, and your eyes have fallen off, and you become loose in the joints, and you're very, very, very shabby.
I suppose that you are real?
The girl's uncle made me real. It happened a long, long time ago. But once you're real for always.
The rabbit sighed. She thought it would be a long time before this magic called real could happen to her. She longed to become real, to know what it felt like. And yet, the idea of growing shabby and losing eyes and whiskers was rather sad. She wished that she could become real without these uncomfortable things happening to her. Now, there was a person in the nursery called Nana who ruled it. Sometimes she went swooping about the playroom like a great wind and hustled the toys away into cupboards. She called this tidying up, and the playthings all hated it. the evening, when the girl was going to bed, she couldn't find the china dog that always slept with her. Nana was in a hurry, and it was too much trouble to hunt for china dogs at bedtime, so she simply looked about, and seeing that the toy cupboard door stood open, she made a swoop.
There. Here, have this old buddy. You can sleep with her.
And she dragged the rabbit by one ear and put her into the girl's arms. That night, and for many nights after, the Velveteen Rabbit slept in the girl's bed. At first she found it uncomfortable, for the girl hugged her very tight. Sometimes she rolled over on her, and sometimes she pushed her over so far under the pillow that the rabbit could scarcely breathe. And she missed, too, those long moonlight hours in the nursery when it was quiet and she and the skin horse would have their long chats. But very soon she grew to like it, for the girl used to talk to her and made nice tunnels for her under the bedclothes that she said were like burrows that rabbits lived in. And they had splendid games together in whispers when Nana had gone away to her supper. And when the girl dropped off to sleep, the rabbit would snuggle down close under her little warm chin and dream, with the girl's hands clasped close around her all night long. And so time went on, and the little rabbit was very happy, so happy that she never noticed how her beautiful velveteen fur was getting shabbier and shabbier, and her nose coming unsewn, and all the pink rubbed off where the girl had kissed her.